running a small webinar. It should not take more than 30 minutes to give some insights about what is DISC, how does it help people, and why someone should do it. So I'll start sharing my screen. I'll start sharing my screen out here. Hi, Sandeep. And
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Malloy.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. So
thank you for conducting this.
No problems at all. No problems at all. So just let me try to share my screen. Why is my screen not sharing? There's some problem. Files. Okay. Hi, Chanakya. Good to see you. Why is my screen not getting shared? That is. This is interesting. I am not able to share my screen today.
You're not able to see the tab shared screen.
I can see the tab, but I am not. Once I open the tab, I can't see any file there. That is the whole problem.
Maybe in any of the boxes has not been selected.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Vaibhav can help you.
What happens?
But this is the first time I'm facing this problem. That's the whole.
What's happening? Kya ho gaya, Malloy?
And I'm not able to see the files in the screen. That's the whole problem.
Not able to see the files. Okay. File in Google Docs something?
No, just no. These files are all open. Okay, just one moment.
Yeah.
One moment.
Hi, both Sandeeps.
Hi, both Sandeeps.
Two Sandeeps.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you.
Now we will call you like this in our weekly meet as well. No? Hi, both Sandeep.
Sandeep B and Sandeep M.
Yes.
This is very funny. This is very funny.
So just log out and log in and just try it out.
Just exit and come back.
Yeah, maybe. What do you say, Vaibhav?
Yeah, Shari.
When I click on the share screen, for some reason, I'm not able to see any file.
You just okay. Yeah. Done.
Are you able to see full?
Yes.
Okay, Malloy.
Yeah, okay. We are able to see now.
Okay. So I think Zoom has changed something. Now it has become okay. So sorry about that glitch. So what we want to do is tell you what is the benefit of the DISC assessment and how does it help people. Now globally, if you look at it, the full screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Globally, if you look at, Psychometric has been a test of choice for a lot of people. I'm not getting into who we are and what we do. I will straight jump into the DISC assessment. It is all about understanding behavior. We are all selfish people. And the selfishness stems from the fact that my job in this world is to get work done from people. In all my relationships that we build, it is about getting work done from people. And if I understand what motivates a person and what and how does he behave in a particular setting, life becomes easy for me. In the past, we used to hear about the famous Alexander story and the King Puru story. When King Puru was captured by Alexander, this one, a couple of people in the room. Okay. When King Puru was captured by Alexander, he was asked, how, Alexander asked Puru, how would you like me to treat you? And what Puru told him is, treat me the way you would like to be treated. But that's all past. In this current environment, that is all past. Today, we talk in terms of what is the platinum rule of communication and building relationships. And the platinum rule is treat others the way they want to be treated. And if we can master this, then world becomes a much more easier place to do business. Now, how do you understand who is what? And that's where DISC comes up. DISC assessment tells us who we are. DISC assessment would tell us how we function, but DISC assessment would also help us bucketize other people based on the characteristic. So DISC is not a measure of intelligence. DISC is not a measure of skills. DISC is not a measure of education. DISC is a measure of the behavior and emotion. All of us are a sum of two individuals. One is the culture that we were born in, the family that we were born in, the society that we were born in, and we inherited cultures and characteristics based on that. But फिर दुनिया आगे चली, हम गए school, हम गए college, and as we went into college, and school and workplaces, we started adapting some characteristics from that environment. And we became two different individuals. So DISC tells us who are you as an inherent individual, and DISC would also tell us who we have adapted ourselves to. So when we look at DISC has four styles: dominance, influential, steadiness, and conscientious. And let's jump onto the characteristics of each one of them. If you look at the dominance and the conscientious character, and I'll tell you more about what they are very guarded in their communications. सब कुछ openly बोलते नहीं है, दिल खोल के बात नहीं करते हैं. The steady and the influence characters are typically who are very open. They love talking to people. They love interacting. They love sharing. कोई आगे मुझे पूछेगा, अरे मोला कैसा धंधा चल रहा है? मैं बोला ठीक चल रहा है. सब कुछ ठीक है. I will not give out any numbers. I will not give out any clients because I am a very high D person. Somebody could be a high I and he would say, okay, मेरे तो 10 clients हैं, मेरे 15 clients हैं, मेरे इतने turnover है, सब कुछ है. The dominance and the influence characters are very direct. और कभी-कभी ये तकलीफदायक होती है. It creates problems because we are very direct. We state something directly on the face of individuals. Whereas the conscience and the steady characters are very indirect. उन लोग घुमा फिरा के बात करेंगे because they don't like hurting people. But still, how do you identify them? So when you identify these four sets of people, you look at the dominance people. They are individuals. They are individuals who are direct, who are forceful, who are self-reliant, decisive, competitive. They are supposedly the winners of the world. The influence characters are very people liking. They like influencing people, they like getting trusting people, they are friendly, they're optimistic, they're enthusiastic. Then you have the conscience people who are systematic, who are courteous, who go into the depths of things. ऊपर superficial काम नहीं करते हैं. They make great accounts, then they make great legal people, they make great auditors. They go into the depth. And then there is a steady character, which is called, which they are calm, they're steady, they're loyal, etc., etc. But ये हो गया characteristics. And like I said, we are all selfish people. अगर मैं D हूं, if I am D, if I have to get work done from somebody else, I should know what kind of personality they are and how I will be able to get work done from them better. Now, all these four people have a conflict zone. And that conflict zone comes in from what we call pace versus priority. If you see below the line, which is the steady and the influence people, they're very people oriented. उन लोग पहले लोगों को खुश करेंगे, they want to be with people, whereas the conscientious and the dominance people are above the line. They are very task oriented. If there is work, they give a damn to what people think about them. अगर काम खत्म करना है, they can make people work 24 hours. They may also work 24 hours. So somebody who is highly task oriented, somebody who is very work focused, is somebody who could be either a dominant character or a conscientious character. Somebody who is relatively more people oriented can be an influence character or steady character. Please understand, all of us are a mixture of all four. One of these characteristics is predominant in somebody else, in somebody. The fact is that none of this, agar main dominant hu to my life mein successful hoga? Not necessary. If I'm steady, I will be unsuccessful in life? Not true. Because Bill Gates is a steady, he comes under the steadiness category. And even then he's most successful. It does not matter what kind of characteristic we have. All it matters is by knowing myself, I should be able to align my behavior to get better work done from somebody else. I can be a steady character, but if I know my subordinate, my peer, my boss, my client is a dominance character, I will be able to get work done from them by aligning my characteristics. I've made the statement multiple times that we are all actors. We all act in situations. So if I'm a conscientious person and I am the leader of an organization and I have a mixture of dominance, conscientious, steady, influence characters within me, I should be able to act differently with every different individual and get work done from them. The fact is, every individual can be successful. Every individual will be successful if we are able to align ourselves. जैसा हिंदी में कहावत है, 5 उंगलियां एक सरीका नहीं होता है. Then why do we feel that all our employees, all our customers, all our friends will be similarly motivated? This assessment tells us, how do we motivate others? How do we get work done from others? There are two situations that come up in life. One is, like I did about for an organization 10 such DISC assessments. So the entire leadership team now knows who is how, and hopefully they will be able to align their behavior. But the fact is that in many cases I will not know. I will not know who is Rajinder. I will not know who is Vaibhav. I will not know who is Sandeep Mani. I will not know who is Sandeep Bhere. I will not know who is Nupur. I will not know who is Chanakya. I will not know because I have not done that DISC assessments. I do not have the reports in front of me. Even if they have done it, I don't know. My ability, my knowledge through using those adjectives that I will share with you when I share the report, by using those adjectives is to figure out that, okay, Chanakya probably is conscientious. So now I need to align my behavior slightly when I talk to Chanakya. Nupur could be maybe steady. So I need to align my behavior so that I can get the best out of Nupur. Similarly, Rajinder could be influential. Sandeep Bede could be dominance, could be anybody. What is it that determines all of these? This is called as the pace cum priority challenge. Even when you look above the line and there are two sets of people, dominance cum conscientious, both of them work oriented, but as a dominant person, I like high pace. मुझे जल्दी जल्दी काम कराना है. I want to be fast. Whereas the conscientious character will be slow. तो मुझे दिखता है, for example, I'll take Rajendra's name for, please don't misunderstand me, Mr. Rajendra Singh. मुझे दिखता है कि Rajendra Singh likes work. And I like work. So I start pushing him because he's my subordinate, he's my employee. Not realizing that Rajinder ji is more conscientious. He will like to cross the T's, he would like to dot the I's, and then he would work. So pace ka ek challenge aata hai, then I will get into a conflict with him saying that wo to kaam karta hi nahi hai. And Rajinder would say, I am doing my work, I just need time. I need team time to evaluate the entire thing. But why is Molloy pushing me? I am pushing because I have a pace problem. I want work done fast. Same with I and S. Both of them love people. But when I has a higher pace, whereas steadiness has a lower pace. So वही जब pressure आता है, the steadiness goes against the influenced person and say, why are you pushing me? And that leads to organization conflict. So that is the pace. The second is the priority. Second is the priority. In the dominance and the priority side and the influence side, both of us are fast. We like work done fast. But हमारा priorities अलग होता है. अगर काम है तो मैं शायद 24 घंटा ऑफिस में बैठ जाऊं, but the influence guy will not sit in office because his priorities could be something else. So his prioritization would be different because he's more motivated by people and human relationships. So we have fast pace, but when I push a person who is in the influence state, वो बोलेगा आज नहीं करते हैं, आज Friday evening है, Monday आके करता हूं मैं. And I feel, अरे work is important. Why is he going away? Not realizing that his priority is to be with the family over the weekend, and that leads to conflict. Same with conscientious and steady, both slow hai. But priority be different hai. The conscientious person is more work oriented. The steadiness person is more family oriented. तो यहाँ पे एक challenge आ जाती है. So end of the day, what happens is, this is the conflict situations that we land up when we get into organizations or when we get into any setting. The dominance person pushing the steady, now वो बहुत slow है and उसका priority भी अलग है. Conscientious person and influence person getting into a conflict zone because this is a task oriented person while this is a human oriented people oriented person. And in this organization setting, you land up in having conflicts. You land up in trying to firefight. You land up in losing your energies, misusing your energies, trying to get somebody else to get work done, और आपका जो blood pressure है, वो बढ़ता रहता है. So how do you categorize people? These are the style indicators. The D person loves challenges, but because he loves challenges, he wants people to always be listening to him. Now, everyone will not listen to him all the time. There would be a situation where people would do what they want. Now, when people do what they want, his biggest fear is triggered, and his biggest fear is lack of control or taken advantage of. And especially people who are in the entrepreneurial situation, when we deal with customers, when we deal with people, when we deal with vendors, sometimes we feel, why is the customer not listening to me? Am I being taken advantage of? मैं बहुत ज़्यादा कर दिया क्या customer के लिए? That is taking advantage of, and that triggers the emotions of anger and impatience, because that is the trigger point that I have. Like I also have a lot of impatience and a lot of anger. The I person loves social environments. And because he wants to be in the limelight, his biggest fear is being left out. एक पार्टी चल रही है, उसको इनवाइट नहीं किया गया. एक इवेंट चल रहा है, वहां पे अवार्ड सेरेमनी है, and he's been not been called onto the stage. His biggest fear is being left out. So you can deal with it in two ways. If your subordinate has and you know that person is I, and you want to teach him a lesson, give him the loss of social approval. Don't invite him for a couple of parties. He will get so agitated that he will fall back in place. Or if you know that person is I, and he has done a fantastic job, give him the limelight. Give him the limelight and say that you are the best. Not always every time money motivates people. Sometimes being shown, sometimes a pat in the back, sometimes being put in front of the boss, sometimes being put in front of the customer, that ye kaam isi ke liye hua hai, motivates that person. The third category is pace versus consistency. And these are people who are very, very stable. They like that 9 to 6 job. मैं सुबह 9 बजे जाऊंगा, 5 बजे घर आ जाऊंगा, फैमिली के साथ टीवी देखूंगा. I don't want a fancy life. मेरा ambitions बहुत ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है. I want stability in life. And these people get very hassled with sudden change. Organizations में merger acquisition हो रहा है. With employees, there is a loss of COVID salary. A lot of organizations are going through this phase. If I am an entrepreneur and I'm a coach and I come under S category, if my clients are not talking to me or telling me कि 3 महीने का break लेते हैं, I will get agitated because मेरा हिल जाता है. My foundation gets shaken because I don't like sudden change. All these people who are reacting very, very aggressively against what is happening in COVID, most of them are S because they can't understand that things cannot be the same permanently. So when we talk to these people, when we counsel these people, we have to counsel them in such a way that we have to tell them that life is all about change. And you have to accept change, otherwise you will get into situations of conflict within yourself. And finally, the D category, they love following the rules. They love crossing the T's. They love dotting the I's. They love reading each line. They are those people who in their exams would have done 6, 7, 8 revisions because unka biggest fear is they're being criticized for loss of accuracy and quality. They take huge pride in their accuracies and quality. Now, for us, it is important to identify what motivates other people and how do we get the best out of them. Any questions till now before I share what is some kind of a sample report? Any questions that I can address, or we can address the question stop share.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, can you please brief more about the C?
C, conscientious people.
Yes.
The conscientious people are very, very process driven. They are slow. उनके लिए work is of high motivation. They are slow. उन लोग हर चीज 10 बार पढ़ते हैं. Decision making is always slow for them because one thing that they take pride in is detailing. Now challenge यहाँ पे ये आती है that they can get into procrastination. Decision निकालना उनसे बहुत मुश्किल है. And when decision निकालना उनसे मुश्किल है, if I am a D and Vinit, for example, you are a C and we are working on a high profile work and I want immediate decisions because you're my finance head, आप decision delay करोगे because you want to be absolutely clear कि आप जो बोलोगे वो एकदम absolutely proper है. And I say I don't have the time. मुझे client को कल paper देना है, proposal देना है. How can I wait? But these guys are scared of sharing the report with them. Anything else?
Sir, so just wanted to know that what should they need to do to get out of this, to make
So
themselves
let me
better?
come to this. Can you see this report?
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. All clear.
Yes. Okay. All clear. So this is how a sample report comes up. After we do the DISC assessment, this is how a sample report comes up. This has 40 pages. And this has 3 sections. One is what we spoke about right now, the behaviors. Second is understanding yourself. And the third is how do you adapt yourself to get work done from people. So I will just run through this report because this is somebody else's report, is a sample report. So what we talk in terms of how do you identify somebody else? And that is the most important, because today I do not know. There is Vineet in the room, there's Sandeep Mani in the room, Sandeep Bere in the room, Rajinder Singh in the room, Nupur in the room. I do not know who they are. But when we meet them on a regular basis or talk to them, by using these behavior characteristics, I can start plugging in or bucketizing कि शायद Sandeep Mani is steady, शायद Sandeep Mani is influence, शायद Vaibhav is dominance, because he has these characteristics. Just like I said, DISC is an use of getting work done from people. This is one is good to know ourselves, and there would be areas of improvement, but this is also how to get work done from people. So this is a behavior characteristic. This all comes in the report. Then you look at the deeper look. How does a high dominant style behave? He would be assertive. When in conflict, he would demand from people because his primary drives are controls and independence. His personal strength, that he is a problem solver. But because he's a problem solver and because he's very work oriented, sometimes he could go extend that strength and focus only on goals over people. And that is not a great thing to happen, because people also love people connect. His personal limitations are he's too direct. His biggest fear that he's losing. And if you look at the world through the last 100 years, all the dictators who have come up have been these, and their blind spot has been they have not been held accountable. Now, by looking at these characteristics, you can also start plugging yourself even without having done the disc. कि मेरा अगर ये characteristics है तो मैं शायद I हूँ, शायद S हूँ, शायद C हूँ. What do they need to work on? They need to work on empathy and patience. And Vineet, what you are asking, this the C, they need to start worrying less about everything, because they struggle to make decisions without overanalyzing. They need to change that. They need to stop worrying, and they need to stop getting defensive when criticized. You have to start working on them. So similarly, look at I. His communication style is persuasive. He was a people person. But because he's a people person, he always believes that everyone will be like him. But the world is full of different people. And when the world is full of different people, not everybody would be an I, and there would be situations when they would get into conflict. And when they get into conflict, he would get into a mindset कि यार मैं तो इतना अच्छा हूं, मैं सबके लिए इतना भला करता हूं, मैं सबके लिए इतना अच्छा सोचता हूं, then why are people doing this to me? So he can start attacking people. High influence style has a challenge of using the tongue very badly when it's a very high conflict, because his entire need is he loves approvals. His entire drive is he loves interaction, he's people oriented, his social friendliness, he's encourager. Sometimes because he loves talking and they're great articulator, they can speak without thinking too much. बोलता ही जाएगा, and end of the day, he could lose out the crux of what others want to say. Personal limitations, they could get disorganized or non-traditional, because they are overcommitting. Blind spots, they will follow through on commitments would be a challenge because they're over committing. They want to please everybody. Where do they need to work? They need to control their emotions and they need to follow through with their work. When they become mature, they should be able to handle rejection. They can't handle rejection because he's a very strong I. Well, under stress, he becomes sarcastic or superficial, and his biggest support system is when he gets acknowledgements and compliments. So this is the 4 categories of people. Now let's look at the report of this person. How does a report come up? So the first page is the general characteristics, which will tell about the general behaviors and about people. What are his positives? What are his negatives? But this is for this individual, so it really doesn't matter. But what matters to us is this. What is his natural style? Who was he? And if you look at this person, he's a high D. He was born as a high D. He was adventurous, he was risk taker, he was direct, and he was forceful. Now he's a high D. He's a low I, which means he is not looking at people at all. So people management will always be a challenge for this individual. He will be on the C side. He's his own person, so he knows exactly what he wants, which goes very well with this high D. High D people are always their own person. They are self-assured, they exactly know what they want, and they're very opinionated. And their S is very low because they can't handle people who are discontented, energetic, fidgety. They can't handle them. So he's a high D person as a inherent characteristic. But when this person has evolved, how has he evolved? His D has come down. Something has happened in the environment. Maybe he's lost his job. Maybe he's gone into comfort zones. His D has come down. He's no longer the leadership person with which he was born. Now, if this is a characteristic of a person who's at the age of 55, 60, it really doesn't matter. Usne uska zindagi ji li hai. Now he's become a high I. He's become a high I. But if this is a characteristic of somebody in his 35s and 40s, something has seriously gone wrong with that person. A person who could have been a strong leader, instead of working only on his eyes and improving the eye connect, he's also worked negatively on the D, and probably he'll never become a leader in his organization ever. He's certainly not an entrepreneurial characteristic. He should not get into business. Somebody who's not a risk taker, somebody who's not adventurous, somebody who's not direct, somebody who's not assertive should not be getting into an entrepreneurship. So if somebody comes with this disc assessment to me, I would say, please don't get into a business. Look at something which is more people driven. So these guys would make great PRs. They would make great networkers. But he's still very conscientious about his work. So these people have probably moved into a good second level management. And now they have gone into the J curve, which we keep on saying, ye banda upar ja hi nahi payega. Because he loves people, he loves his work, wo conscientious hai, but he's lost the leadership ability. So these people, when we go down further, when we look at the rating scale, in the adapted style, he's become a high I and a high C. In the natural style, he was a high D. So now when you look at his report, it is given as a D / IC, which is the adapted style /D. So when I look at this report, I know his adapted style is a high I and a high C, and his natural style is a high D. I need not look at anything else because I have done it so many times. I need not look at anything else, and I know exactly what this person is all about. He is a high I and a high C in his adapted style, and he's a high D in his natural style. Something has gone wrong that he's come down from a 72 to to about a 45 in his D style, that he's lost his leadership. In his workplace, he's not able to demonstrate leadership at all. So these are the various things. So communication tips for others. Suppose this is my report, for example. I share this with others and I give them this communication tip. Agar mere saath baat karna hai, to do this. So typically what we do, we share this with the subordinates. So I would share this with my if I was working and if I had a bunch of subordinates report onto me, I would give them these kind of indicators that when you're communicating with me, if you want the best results, do these things. And please don't do these things with me. Don't get into a rambling discussion and waste my time. Because I hate that. Don't be vague. Don't make guarantees and assurances when there's a risk in meeting them. Because I am a high C. In my adapted style, I am a high C. मुझे guarantees चाहिए. आप जो काम करोगे उसका guarantees चाहिए. So this is what indication we give to others when they want to communicate with me. What are my motivations? These are the motivations that drive me. So I like environments which have challenges. I like assignments that allow a variety of interpersonal connects and mobility, because I am a high I and a high C. So I like interpersonal connects. High C and high I is their natural curiosity hai. And all this kind of motivations come up. What do I bring to my organization? And this is what we need to leverage, because this is something that I bring in. I could be a high I and I could be a high C, but this is what I bring onto the table. So I have my strengths. Every individual has strengths. So these are the things that I bring onto the table. So somebody asked me, what are your strengths? I know I have 7 strengths. These are my work styles. These are the environments that I would flourish in. So when I'm looking for a job, or when I'm looking for a client, I would look for these environments to work with. Under stress, how am I perceived by others? Which are the areas that I need to now work in? Because under stress, I may think I'm confident, I'm resourceful, I'm entrepreneurial, I'm assertive. That is my self-perception. But world is all about perceived by others. So how am I getting perceived by others? I'll be perceived as arrogant, I'll be perceived as demanding, I'll be perceived as dominating, and I will be perceived as controlling. And I need to work on them. These are my typical behaviors in a conflict zone. I generally don't hold a grudge, or this person doesn't hold a grudge because he's high I. Once the incident is over, he's generally forgotten it. He's okay with conflict, aggression, and anger. In some cases, he would choose anger as a tactical weapon. What do I need to do, or what does the sample needs to do to reduce conflict? These are the things that he needs to do to reduce conflict. These are my potential areas of improvement. Because I am a high C, I have set very high achievement standards for myself. And now I've also set those achievement standards for others. Now, sometimes it may not happen because the other person could be an S. We may become impatient, which I need to correct. We may become argumentative, which we need to correct. We could be a selective listener, which we have to correct. So these are my potential areas of improvement. Going further, this I'm not getting into the detailing right now. Going further, the third section is all about how do I need to adapt, or how do any one of us need to adapt? How to identify each of the styles which we have seen. How do you communicate with each style? If I'm communicating with a perceived D style, even if I don't know his D, I have to show them how to win. Like the famous story that goes on about Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani is an extremely high D. He may not look a high D, he may look a I, but he's extremely high D. So tomorrow you send out an email to him that I have a proposal where I can help you win 5 crores in the next, $5 billion in the next 2 years. Invariably, you will get an email, come and meet. Now, if I'm a high I, I want to build relationships. So I go for the meeting, I start building the relationships. I tell him that who am I? I have 33 years of experience. I've done this, I've done that. Within 3 minutes, he will get up and say, Paisa dikhao, idea dikhao, because he knows only how to win. He's not interested in building relationships. He needs reasoning. He needs data. He needs to agree on the goals and the boundaries. And if he's your subordinate, he wants opportunities to lead to and to impact results. And if you want to be successful, and if you have a high D with you, you can win him over by doing all this. If you have a high I, you can do all this. If he's a high S, you can do all this. High S is somebody who doesn't like risks. So you have to show him how your ideas minimize risks. And with a high C, because they're so very particular about that work, they don't like mistakes being pointed out. So you have to approach them indirectly and non-threatening. You have to tell them the why and the how rather than the who. If I go and tell Vineet, who could be at high C, that Vineet, aapne mistake kiya, Vineet would get very defensive. I have to tell him why and how that mistake has been made and how that needs to be corrected. Going further, in various settings, how do you do that? Adapting at different work styles. At work, how would you deal with a dominant person, with an influence person, with a steady person, with a conscientious person? If the person is in sales and service, how would you adapt your behavior with a dominant salesperson, with an influential salesperson, with a steady salesperson, with a conscientious salesperson? If that person, if you're meeting somebody in the social setting, your families, your friends, whoever, how would you adapt your style? If it's a learning environment, like all of us have gone to learn in a particular education institution, doing our executive MBA, and we are all in our 30s and 40s, how would you help your co-students? This report will give you everything that is required to help you get the best return and outcome from people. This is a very simple assessment. The links are sent to that individual. It takes about 30 minutes, not even 30 minutes. It takes about 15 minutes to fill up the questionnaire. The report goes to the responses go to US companies assessment 24/7. They generate the report. The report comes to me, and because we are trained counselors, we can counsel people on this. Any other questions that I can address on this? No questions from anybody?
Rather questions, I would say like the pointers are very clear. For me, it's like more, if you're in D, there are more employers, if I'm getting it right. And below that is ISC, will be more like employee.
No, not really, Sandeep, because any one of us can be any characteristic,
Okay.
right? Like I said, Bill Gates, S, high S, right? So any one of us could be anything. The objective of this is how do you get the platinum rule active?
Right.
You could be a business owner, which you are, and you could be an I, high I. You could have your chef, who's a high D. उससे कैसे काम करवाना है? Because the moment you go and start building relationships with him, if he's a high D, he will not like building relationships. He wants work to be done. Usko ye chahiye, aaj chahiye, abhi khona hai. How do you get work done from him? So by bucketizing all these people into various buckets, whether you're a high I or a high S or a high C or a high D really doesn't matter.
Okay.
What we are looking at is how do I get work done from people? मेरे पास उनका disk analysis नहीं है, but my knowledge of disk would help them create in buckets. It is not necessary that all employers are high Ds, not necessary. All dictators in this world have certainly been high Ds. Okay,
I think we
thank you
got
so
a
much.
mix of all I, D, S.
We are everyone is a mix of we all have our own characteristics, and also we are surrounded by various people, especially Rajendra Singh or you or I, who have subordinates and clients. एक client को अगर handle करना है, अगर मैं उसको bucketize कर पाता हूँ, then it becomes very easy
It
for
is.
me to relate to him. Otherwise, the client may be an high C, and a high C loves procrastination. उसको decision लेने में time लगेगा. And Rajendra is a high D, for example. Rajendra कंस्ट्रक्शन कर रहा है, आर्किटेक्चर का काम कर, उसको डिसीजन चाहिए कि टाइल्स कौन सा लगेगा आज, ये तो बताओ, और वो बंदा 15 दिन टाइम लेगा, ये 10 लोगों को पूछेगा, एंड दिस गाय विल गेट फेड अप, ये डिसीजन लेता नहीं है. Now if I know that this guy, if I can bucketize him and say वो तो हाई सी है, वो तो टाइम लेगा, तो now I can plan my work in such a way that जब मुझे जरूरत है डिसीजन, मैं 15 दिन पहले उसको डिसीजन का स्कोप दे रहा हूँ, बिकॉज मुझे पता है 15 दिन बाद ही वो डिसीजन देगा मुझे. सो माई वर्क डजंट गेट हैम्पर्ड.
अल्लाह, इट माइट हैपन कि अगर हम लोग मतलब बकेटाइज कर ले मतलब सबको, बट इट माइट हैपन कि अपना गेस भी कभी कभी रॉन्ग हो सकता है. इट माइट बी,
इट्स बेटर टू हैव अ रॉन्ग गेस देन नो गेस.
ओके,
It's better to have a wrong guess than no guess. But if you are really, if you get this report and if you really study this report at length, over time, you will be able to make the right guesses. पहला दिन नहीं होगा, second day नहीं होगा, but trial and error में हो जाता है. None of us become perfect on day one, but वो trial and error में हो जाता है. Especially in your case, Sandeep Bere, आप जब clients के पास जाते हो, it's important for you to bucketize that person. कि वो डिसीजन मुझे आज देगा या 15 दिन बाद देगा या 2 महीना 2 साल बाद देगा.
वो तो गेसिंग करना मतलब बहुत जरूरी होता है,
बहुत जरूरी होता है, because otherwise you will push a sale and spend time and energy in pushing a sale, not realizing कि he's not ready. अगर वो S हुआ तो वो तो बहुत ही स्लो चलेगा, उसका प्रायोरिटी भी नहीं रहेगा. आप उसके पास जाओगे, आप बात करोगे, लेकिन आउटकम कुछ मिलेगा नहीं.
yes,
और आउटकम जब नहीं मिलेगा, you get frustrated and also you're misusing your productive time.
that's right.
तो अगर मैं उसको बकेटाइज कर पाता हूँ कि ये तो हाई एस है, मैं ठीक है आज मिला, 1 महीने बाद मिलूंगा, बीच में 2 व्हाट्सएप कर दूंगा, it will help your time management better. You can go to somebody else who can take instantaneous decisions. But for that it is important for you to know who you are और आपका alignment कैसे होगा.
Malloy,
Hi Chanakya.
Yeah.
Hi. This entire thing, and let me give credit to Chanakya, this entire webinar would not have happened if Chanakya had not said कि मुझे एक webinar में मुझे जानना है. कल इनका मैसेज आया, मैं बोला आप अगर आओगे तो मैं इसको थोड़ा फ्लोट कर देता हूँ, देखता हूँ 4-5 लोग जो आना चाहते आ जाएंगे. It's only because of Mr. Chanakya Shah that this webinar is happening.
Thank you Chanakya.
Thanks, Malloy, for organizing it.
Not a problem.
I had just one question, like, is there a questionnaire that we need to fill up so that
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So so what happens is, this is how the process goes. So somebody who signs up for it, I buy the links. I have to buy those links. It's not a paper questionnaire. There's a company called as Assessments 24/7. They're a US based organization with whom we have a tie-up, right? They do these assessments. So when I buy the link, I share the email would directly come from them to you with the link.
Okay.
Right? So there are about 28 questions.
Okay.
That assessment needs to be filled online. Once it's filled online and submitted, they generate the report. Assessments 24/7 US generates the report. Takes about 3 days for them to generate the report, and the report is sent to me with comments. ये रिपोर्ट के साथ मेरे पास कमेंट्स आता है, and because I have a certification from Assessment 24/7 as a trained counselor, then we get into a 1 hour to 1.5 hour counseling on that specific report.
Okay. Good.
That's how it works. So last week for an organization, we did 10 such assessments for the full leadership team.
Okay.
Including the MD. So it's an 80 crore business. So they wanted the entire sales, accounts, HR, sabka. So the entire leadership we did. 10 such assessments. Now all of them know. They need not have to get into the full reports, but they know that XYZ is high I, boss is high D. The boss knows that the admin is high S. तो उसे काम slow ही आएगा, right? So they know that.
Right. Thanks, Malloy.
That's how it works. Thank you so much, guys. Any other questions that I can address? No? Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
bye, bye, guys. Bye. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Take care, sir.
Bye, bye, bye.